A man who chases pain and makes his life intentionally harder gets everything he wants. But a man who chases comfort and avoids taking necessary action gets the life he fears. There are a lot of guys right now who are at a crossroads. They're at a pivotal moment. They know that they have things to do. They know they have things that they have to change because they have these plans and ambitions and aspirations. And they know that if they keep doing what they're doing right now, procrastinating, sitting on good ideas and not doing anything with them, that they're not going to realize their potential. They're not going to realize their goals and aspirations. The thing that's holding them back is this fear. This fear of the unknown. This fear of doing things that are quite frankly difficult. This fear of pain. And it comes from this idea that you're going to try something and at some point or another you're going to embarrass yourself. It's going to go terribly wrong. Everybody's going to think you're an idiot. Everybody's going to laugh at you. Everybody's going to mock you. You are going to be seen to fail. And a lot of guys have this in their heads. I have had it in my head previously. But the thing is, nobody who ever made it anywhere ever in life didn't fail. They failed many times. It's just that their failures are not too public because nobody knows them for their failure. They are known for their success. And that success came around through hundreds of failures. Hundreds of failures. But the difference between those people and the people that don't put themselves in that painful position is that they continued. And they kept going, and they kept going, and they kept going, and they kept chasing pain. They kept chasing hardship, chasing difficult moments. There were humiliations. There were times where life was not fun, but they understood that on the other side of pain lies greatness. And if you are a guy who wants the life that you talk about as much as you say you want it, then it's not just what you have to do. It's not just what you should do. It's a necessity. You need to do this. You need to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. You need to chase pain. When the options are presented to you, comfort or pain, 9 times out of 10, you need to be going for that pain. And I say 9 times out of 10 because look, there are times that you need to rest. Because too much hustle, too much grind can harm you in the future. You know, you go so much today that there is no tomorrow. You give everything today, too much today, and you're done tomorrow. You're wasted tomorrow. You've got no energy tomorrow. I think there's a little bit of balance here. But at the same time, the people who are hyper successful, the people that sell the courses on success, the people that have the books, the people that have all the money and all the status in the world, they only talk about balance after they've made it. So in some senses, guys, I wouldn't buy into it too much. If you have the energy and you have it in you and you want to do something, forget about what could go wrong. Of course, be measured. Of course, have a sensible approach. Don't be doing things that have huge risks without being properly prepared. But at the same time, don't get so fixated on what could go wrong. Fixate yourself on what could go right. Fixate yourself on the opportunity on the other side of the action that you are going to take. Yes, maybe it's painful. Yes, maybe some things go wrong and you don't achieve your goal. But every single time you execute anyway, you are improving your ability to exert yourself at things. You're improving your ability to execute. Your discipline muscles are growing stronger and stronger. And guess what? The time after this time, it's easier and easier and easier. And eventually you're just going to become a guy who does. You're just going to become a guy who ruthlessly executes. He just performs consistently. He doesn't have to sit there and procrastinate and think about it too much. He doesn't wait. He doesn't hesitate. He just goes because he understands the importance of developing that skill. Developing the skill of ignoring all the doubts, ignoring all the hesitations and worries that maybe you have within you, and just performing. Just going. And a guy that does that over a lifetime has way more success than the guy who spends all his time worrying about what could go wrong. and worrying about the potential consequences, the pain, the struggle, the difficulty. I'd say it's more painful to sit there procrastinating, allowing your ideas to die, than it is to fail. And I say that in quotation marks for you guys that are listening. Trying, you know. When you actually give something a shot, when you actually give something a real crack, is it failure if it doesn't work out? That's just a response to something that you've done. You know, in business, it doesn't always work out. In business, you're going to have a lot of failures. If you're working in sales, like me, rejection is something that you're going to face all the time. It's part and parcel of the job. It's part and parcel of what you do on a day-to-day basis. But if every time you fail, if every time you have a setback, you just down tools and give up, then you're never going to be a success. You're never going to have the life that you want, and you don't deserve it either. Because people who truly have great things in this world, people that truly have a great life, didn't get there because they just quit at every single difficult moment. They got there because they stuck it out, and they deserve to get there. Don't have the mindset that by doing anything other than giving everything your best effort and trying to intentionally make your life harder with the hope of becoming more skilled and more valuable, that you're going to get what you want, because you're not. And if you do, you're lucky. And a lot of people that get this quick success that they don't really deserve on paper, they don't last very long. They don't seem to do very well, because there's a certain thing with success that if you don't earn it, and you don't grind for it, you don't hustle for it, then when you have it, you don't appreciate it. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know the value of what you have. And when you don't understand the value of what you have, it's so much easier to relinquish. It's so much easier to lose due to your own ignorance. You know, we're all people. We all have that within us. If we don't appreciate something, we're not going to look after it the same way as if you really care about something and you value what you have. It's just human nature. But again, guys, to round things up, I wanted to make this video because there are a lot of guys who want nice things, want a nice life, but they are consistently choosing comfort over pain. They're consistently allowing their worries and their fear of being seen to fail to paralyze them from taking action. And I would say it's worse to live a life in paralysis than it is to fail once or twice. If you keep chasing pain, if you keep chasing rejection, if you keep chasing difficulty, at some point or another down the line, you're going to win, and all of it's going to be worth it. But if you just keep doing what you're doing right now, and you keep waiting and procrastinating, nothing's going to change. Your life's going to be the same, and you're going to be an old man looking back at a life full of unticked boxes, a life full of regrets, knowing that you could have done more, knowing that you should have done more, but knowing ultimately that you didn't do what you needed to do. And I don't want that to be you. So make it your mission from now on. If there's something that you know is going to help you, if there's something that you know is going to serve you, it's not just something that you have to do. It is your responsibility to do it, chase it, become a better man. Okay? Anyway, guys, if you took some value from this video, be sure to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. It really makes a big difference for those of you guys that watch the videos. If you've not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you are subscribed, be sure to turn on post notifications. Check out the links down below in the description of this video. Check out the Discord community that I offer. There's over 65 guys in there right now making great progress, both personally and professionally. So if you are a guy who has aspiration, who has ambition, wants to level himself up and be around a community of like-minded guys, I wholeheartedly recommend that community to you, and I'll see you on the other side. And look, if you want to work with me on a one-to-one basis, there is a link down below also. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you for your time and your attention, and I'll see you in the next one.